Hi everybody, it's me, Charles Norman from Sports Solutions LLC, and today we're going to have a really good one. We're going to talk about athletic scholarships, AthleticSOS, the software we talk about here, the word why, and then Plus20. And so I know it sounds a little convoluted, but I kind of want to get this through as we're moving into summer now, and a lot of the kids are starting to go to camps, they're starting to go to the travel club programs, they're going to combines, they're going to showcases, they're doing a lot of stuff, they're training for the summer, trying to get ready for next year, but at the same time trying to get in front of these college coaches and let them know how well they could play and that they should choose them, right? They're trying to get selected and get noticed and kind of get some exposure so that the college coaches, when they go back and they're trying to decide on, okay, who do we want to bring in next year, maybe the year after that, maybe even the year after that, who are we looking at, who we're going to keep an eye on? And so you want to be in that group of kids. One of the things, I always want to get out of the way when I do these videos, down below, AthleticSOS, what it is a software that allows you, based on your academic information, the sports you play, the level you think you can participate at the collegiate level, and if you want to find a list of those schools and then get some information about each of those schools, just go down below, absolutely no cost to you. I give you a code. I give you information on how to use the code, and then there's a brief video down there that kind of shows you briefly how the software works. It's about a minute long, and it's enough to kind of give you a feel for what it is. Please use the software. We are growing amazingly, and I can't thank you guys enough. I think you guys are telling other people, because I don't see that many views on these videos, but all of a sudden we'll get 100, we'll get 125, we'll get 300, and they're coming from somewhere, and I don't know where, but keep using the software. It is for kids that are trying to get athletic scholarships, and we're going to give you the best opportunity. You're going to find out all your options and opportunities. Okay, so let's get back to what I wanted to talk about here. You're trying to get an athletic scholarship, and one of the things we're trying to do with AthleticSOS is we want you to go to a school that makes sense to you, that fits who you are, where you want to be at that time. What kind of ambiance is it? What kind of atmosphere? Do they have my major? All of those good things. And so one of the things I always ask when I go and I do some talks, and I'm going to talk about that later. I just came from the Hawaii Athletic Directors Association, where we showcased our high school version of the software that we just got it, and I think we got it right. I feel really good about it. We signed up over half of the schools on those islands. They are now using our software come fall. So I'm going to talk about that in 2 weeks. So in 2 weeks, if you are a high school coach, administrator, athletic director, if you go to a high school, tell your coach about it. See if you can send them to this channel. I'm going to lay out the high school version, and I'm going to make everybody that listens to me on these mornings when I come out and do this video, I'm going to give you such a great deal and opportunity that you're going to want to take it, even if you're not sure if you want to use it or not later on, but you're going to go for it, I promise you. So we'll get back to that later. But so one of the things that I do when I'm talking to young people and they're starting to talk about, a lot of times they ask me which school they should go to, right? They got a couple of schools that they're interested in, and they're trying to figure out which one to go to. And then I always ask the one question. I go, why do you want to go to that school? And I don't care what the reason is, and this is why we did athletic scholarships, AthleticSOS. If you can tell me why you want to go there, and I have no judgment on it, it could be your parents want you to go to that school, right? They want you, this is the school they went to, it's their alma mater, or it's got a prestigious name, or you're going to get a chance to play next year because you paid attention to it, and you feel like you're going to get a good opportunity to play. It's in an area that you want to go to, that you feel comfortable in, that you went and visited the campus, it just feels right to you, that your friends are going there. I don't know what the reason is for you, but the reason I did AthleticSOS the way I did it is I want you guys to go in and study and find some schools that you hadn't thought about, and then you're going to weigh them against the school that you are thinking about or that is coming after you, and which one feels right to you. Because what I want, whatever your why is, I wanted to know that you did some research, that you looked into it, that you sat back and contemplated. Yeah, I know you're 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 years old, right? And you're like, well, this is a lot going on here. But I want you to get into the habit of doing some research. Don't just take the first thing that's there. What you want is options and opportunities. And this is where that Plus20 comes in. So you're somewhere between 13 and 18 years old right now. So in 20 years, you're going to be somewhere between 33 and 38 years old. And at that point in your life, whatever you're going to be doing moving forward, I want you to be doing something that brings you joy, that brings you happiness, puts money in your pocket, but also whatever you're doing, you had an option or opportunity to do that you didn't have to do that. And then one of the reasons I'm doing this is, as I've been doing AthleticSOS, I think we're on our 6th, 7th year now, I get in a lot of rooms with a lot of former athletes, former professional athletes, collegiate athletes, Olympic athletes, sometimes it's just people that played high school. And sometimes I feel like they're doing what they want to do. They're still in that sport. And so one of the things I want to make sure from you guys is that if you are that person, that if you're coming in and in your 30s, in your mid-30s, you're still attached to that sport that you played from high school, and maybe you played in college, and 10 years later, you're still in that world. If you're there because you want to be there, all more power to you. But what I'm finding a lot of times is sometimes people are stuck in that world. They've been doing this since they were 5 or 6 years old. They came out, this is who they are. I don't want your sport to be who you are. I want you to decide who that's going to be. And I want you to be working in a world. I want you to be making your income from a world where you want it to be, not where you had to be. And this is why I emphasize for you guys to get out and take the hobby, the thing that you like to do when you're not playing your sport, that thing, start to get more into that and bring that out in your personality. Don't be ashamed of it. A lot of kids I know are into some things that they like to do. Like I always throw out anime because to me, I don't get it. Just like cartoons to me. But there's some kids that are really into that. Or they're into drawing, or they're into drama, or they're into cars. They're into tennis shoes. They're into a bunch of different things. They're into science. They're into insects and bugs, and they're into reptiles, and they're into horses, or they have this wide variety of interests, but it never comes out as an athlete. They don't talk about it because it's not cool. I want that to be who you are. I want you to make friends with those other people that are into that too, because that may be your future. That might be why you go to this college. And so this is what I want you to kind of get into your mindset. Be who you are. I want at 30 something years old, because that's the transition. That's from I'm building myself up to get somewhere to where I'm there, and now I'm going to go all in, and I'm going to be the best of the best in this field. That's where you're trying to get to. But I want that to be someplace you want to be, not someplace you have to be. And I don't want your athletics or your sport to be who you are. If you want to stay in it, if you want to help, by then you're starting to have kids yourself, and you may be in a position to say, oh, I'm going to coach my kids or something. I want that to be an and. I don't want it to be it for you, right? Okay. So when you're using AthleticSOS, I don't care if you actually have a school that you're 80% sure this is where I'm going to go. They're interested in you. Everything's going well. Use our software anyway. Go in there, put your information in, look at the list of schools that pop up for you, and do some research. Would this be a good alternative for me? Is this something I should have been looking into? And then contact them now. You still got time. I'm pretty sure if you guys are going to do all these events this summer, you still have time to reach out to those schools, tell them where you're going to be, let them know you're interested in them, and that you're qualified, right? Academically qualified. You know you're qualified to go to that school, and tell them where you're going to be. Let them come out. Let them start looking at you too. And now when you start going into the new year, you can sit back and go, okay, I chose these schools. These schools chose me. Doesn't matter to me which way you go, but I want you to make that decision. I want you to have an informed, option-oriented decision at the end of the day. And then when you go to that school, I don't know, things may go 100% correct for you. Maybe they don't go quite right for you, but you'll figure that out later. But I want you to get into the habit of making those decisions, because when you come out of college, you're going to do the same thing. What are you going to do next? And you've already started doing the research. You already understand how important it is to put yourself in a position to have some options and opportunities. And one of the things, when they say paralysis by analysis, that you have too many choices, they've done studies on this. You go into the grocery store, there's 800 different ketchups or mayonnaises or soups or whatever it is, and you're standing on the row, you're going, well, which one of these should we get? And there's 3 that are exactly the same, but the packaging is different, and which one do I get? I don't care about that. I just want you to say, I've done a little investigation. Most of you have a computer in your hand. You can say, well, which one of these soups is the best soup for whatever I'm trying to do? And then you can do some research. I just want you in that habit of doing research for the choices you're going to make in your life, because in the end of the day, in my generation, that wasn't there for us. But at the end of the day, I want you to have a great life. I want you to be doing something you're just absolutely thrilled about. I mean, it's not even close. And that is where you want to be in your life. And then you're going to move forward from there. We're going to do another 10 years, and another 10 years, and another 10 years. But that plus 20, I just wanted to throw that out there, because I get from kids all the time. All I say is, why? And in fact, what you can do is you can go out now and go ahead and ask some people that you know that have already chosen their school. They know where they're going to be going. Ask them why they chose that school, and listen to some of their answers. Some of them did no homework. Hey, what do you mean? Why did they choose it? They chose me. They wanted me. I wanted to go there, so I went there. Okay, but why? Why did you want to go there? What is that all about? And try to find out some of the reasons from the people. You got people at your high school and your team, stuff like that. Ask them, why did you choose this college? And so when you make your choices, make them based on your criteria, not on everyone else's criteria, but that criteria should include some of the ideas of this is where I want to be and this is why. And that's what I want you to do. As always, guys, best of luck in everything you do in your life. Moving forward, the software is yours to use at absolutely no cost. In 2 weeks, next week is Father's Day. I got a great one for Father's Day, so all the dads, please come on here. I'd love to talk to you guys. And then the following week, we're going to talk about the high school things, so tell all you high school coaches and things that's where we're going to be. All right, guys. Talk to you guys later. Bye.